Okay, everybody, hello again. I'm back. You missed me? I wasn't going that long. The website I wanted to give you was the homeschool from Northern Ireland, I believe. I don't know how I forgot that fast. The homeschool family of Northern Ireland. And I'll put their website up, along with The Life of a Housewife, I think it is. There are two, and I'll put theirs up, when I finish this. But the homeschool one from Northern Ireland actually came on and said if I sub back, that they had subbed, so I subbed back, and then we became kind of friendly, and I've been watching their videos, and now they have the Tuesday sub for a sub, and it's really working out really well. So I wanted to give them a shout out because, just to let people know that they have them. You know what I mean? This is a way for us to grow and do what we have to do. And that's really, there's so many things I could say, but I'll do it later. But that's really all I had to say about them. And then this, let me see, the homeschool family of Northern Ireland, and then The Life of the Housewife, okay? Those are two people that are new to me, and I just picked them up probably about 2 weeks ago, but they're pretty good at watching the videos and actually, making comments and things like that. And they're funny, you know what I mean? And they're creative, and I have a lot of gamers on my channel, and I have to tell you, I don't play games, but I do look at some of them. But my granddaughter and my grandson-in-law are gamers. So, but she doesn't have a channel. I'm trying to encourage her to have one, because all the gamers and the way that they play games and they make a living making T-shirts and all that, and I'll get her website, but she doesn't come on YouTube, and I don't understand why, because like I said, she'd make a fortune, because they're both very creative. He makes beautiful, I want to call them, they're hoodies now, but they used to be parkas when I was a girl, which was 100 years ago, but we won't talk about that. I look good for 100, don't I? I'm 67, that's over half of 100. But he makes those beautiful hoodies. He makes them out of a sewing machine. He bought a sewing machine and taught himself how to sew. Okay, so him and I, during the winter months, we're going to get I have a sewing machine. I bought some patterns. I think in one of the DIYs I bought a haul. I bought some patterns and I showed you. So I'm kind of starting all over again. But you never forget how to sew. Because we had teachers in grade school that taught us how to sew, and how to cook and whatever. My first cake was a tomato soup cake. If anybody can identify with that, if they dare tell their age, I'm serious, a tomato soup cake. Campbell's tomato soup. And it was good. And then we made a cake that had mayonnaise in it. But I remember those things, and then we learned between them and my mother, in the fall, my teacher, I'll never forget my cooking teacher's name is Miss Cohen. God bless you wherever you are, because she still could be alive. I don't think she was that, it's hard to tell, but God bless her wherever she was. They prepared us for canning, and we were actually told to bring a canning jar with us, but the school supplied everything else. They even supplied the material back in the day for us if we didn't have material and things like that. School was really, for me, a safe haven, because it was so good. I liked to learn, and I liked the things that we did, and, some of the things, acting and stuff, I really wasn't drama was what it was called. I really wasn't so good in that. But other things, the school play and stuff, I did the background stuff, the sewing and all that kind of stuff. And I did take dancing lessons. I did like that. But really in school, truly school was a safe haven. But anyway, getting back to what I digress. I go off into some of these tangents. One of the Thicklicious, I think it is. She says she goes into the rabbit hole. All right, I can understand that because, you know, there's just so much we want to say on YouTube to all you people. But check out the Northern Island, and also check out the life of this housewife. And like I said, I'll put everybody down on the channel for you. Those are 2 new people, and I got to give a shout out to them. But don't forget to go over to the Northern Island channel on Tuesday so that you can get more subs and sign up. And like I said, watch his videos are funny. But anyway, I'm really gone this time. I know. Let me tell you. Don't get upset. Really, don't get upset. Don't start crying and everything like that. Because God willing, I'll be back tomorrow. Or the next day. I haven't set my days yet because, like I said, my daughter's still with me. So I got to, she uses my kitchen. And like I said, my 2 favorite rooms are the living room and the kitchen. Okay? My husband has the den. Originally, we have 3 floors. And originally, the top floor room, different people in the family have stayed with us. But originally, when I first bought the house, I was going to have my art room on the top floor away from the world. But due to the fact that we've got 2 flights of stairs in this house. Once I make it up the first flight into my bedroom and my husband's bedroom, I don't want to go up any more flights of stairs. And the stairs are really very steep. Only go up there if I have to. So my husband commandeered it as a man cave. Okay, so what he did was, he gave me his back shed because he has a garage that he rents down the road. Okay, and he does all his repair work and everything like that. That was a wonderful thing. So he gave me the shed. So little by little I'm cleaning up the shed. So I'm going to actually do the artwork in there. But the small room that my daughter's staying in now, okay, because he's going to put 2 rooms on the top floor and a little sort of a bathroom, because it's a whole loft. It really is. The top floor is. So he can make 2 rooms and a half. I guess he'll put a wash basin, you know, the small bowl, and then the toilets in there, and close that off. But really and truly, okay, that will be good because then he can go up and he can whatever. But I'm telling you, I think I'm going to take that small room and make it into an art room, because going from out back to the deck, going down the stairs, although he's going to put a handrail up for me, all right, that should happen in the next couple of weeks, okay? Going down the steps and going out is fine, okay, because the lights are on and everything like that. I really won't be out there that late, but the thing is, in the wintertime, you know, if it snows and stuff like that, it all conglomerates on my deck because there's nothing behind me. And I'm going to have to, when I get my camera next week, I am so excited about this camera. I actually had one and I gave it to my daughter, but it's a little one. And it took videos and all that, so she took videos of her daughter, so I'm naturally not going to take it back. But what she said is, I'll get you a camera. So I have up to $200 to spend. But anyway, out in the back there, there's the shed. There's the walkway all the way to the back. And then there's, behind me is the land from my neighbor's house. But it's all land, and he refuses to sell it. I should have bought the land when I first got here because I wouldn't sell it. I just would have extended it. But then again, now I'm glad I didn't, because it would take me all the way to the road. Okay? And then across the road is the water. It's actually the canal, all right, that goes out into the Delaware River. So when the wind blows when it snows, it's open season. So we get, if it snows a lot, which it did last winter, but the winter before was the worst one, okay, it blows all on the deck. So I might not be able to go out there for a couple of months, or, because then it melts. It's really weird weather down here. Because sometimes it doesn't, I've been in winters down here where it doesn't snow at all. Then I've been in winters down here where we have ice storms. So that it's a sheet of ice. You know what? Thank goodness I don't have to drive in any of that mess anymore. But I'm going to tell you this and I'm going to get off. But I have to tell you this. When I was picking out my vocation in life, my mother said to me, "What do you like best?" I said, "Well, I like music, but it's not something I would want to do for a lifetime because it involves too much work. It also involves your privacy." I said, "But I like school." So my mother said, "Be a teacher." Well, I'm 67, so you have to understand, way back when I graduated from high school in 66, and we didn't have a lot of choices as females. We had nursing, we had, that kind of nurses' aides and LPNs and nurses' assistants and dental technicians and teachers and so forth and so on. But then she said to me, "Well, what kind of degree do you want to have?" And I said, "Well, I really want to be a doctor, but I don't want to, be in the medical field where, I don't want to be I want to be a doctor, but I want to be a psychiatrist. I don't want to go into trauma and all that. I don't like the idea of people suffering in that way, although mentally we can suffer too. But I want to be something like that." And my mother said, "Well, when you go through medical school, you have to go to the ER and stuff like that." I said, "See, I don't want to do that." So we didn't talk about it anymore. And this was my last year of high school when she started asking me, "What do you want to do?" And so anyway, I decided that I would teach. That lasted for 2 years. And I actually became a school counselor because that fit best for me. It also fit my frame of mind because as I listened to different people, I think there's an Adele on here. I started listening to her a couple of days ago, and she's a motivational speaker. I'll actually find her at another time and put her up. That's somebody good for you to listen to, especially when you're retired or you're thinking about retiring or you're thinking about, you got laid off or you're sick and you've got to find another frame of how to reset your lifestyle. Okay? And I was listening to her, and I actually found her by accident. I don't know how. No, there's no accident. Okay? God sent her to me because, like I said, I've been for the longest time trying to figure out what it is I want to do. And finally I came to the thing that I'm going to write books and I'm going to, do whatever with the studio that we have. Have book readers and artists and all that come in and stuff like that. And we're actually going to move. I don't know where, so I'm not going to tell you where or anything like that, but we have some ideas about where we're going. And if we go into where I think we're going, that's good because we'll have a really good conglomerate of different people. But anyway, that's what I decided to do for my new life. So I'm listening to Adele, and I hope that I'm saying her name right. And, she's a motivational speaker and a life coach and all that, and she's talking. She has all these different things on YouTube. And it was fantastic because she said what I had been feeling, even though I was kind of forced to retire because I wasn't supposed to retire until last year when I turned 65. I had to retire when I was 62 because I'm a counselor, so I'm up and down the hallways and everything like that. Well, when you have a stroke, sometimes you're imbalanced and, you don't want children to walk around you on eggshells. Okay? Sometimes I would have headaches. I don't have them as much as I did, but in the beginning, it was real difficult for me. Sometimes I would just stop in mid-sentence. And because I work with little kids, you don't want to frighten them. And oh, this is really cute. Look at how this goes. You don't want to frighten them. You don't want them frightened, and you don't want them worried about you or anything like that. But, you know, pretty much that's what happened to me. And fast forwarding it to now, like I said, I'm finding my new niche, and I'm not going to just sit down and retire and just sit there. I love to knit. I love to read, but I want to be active as I can be. So listening to her talk the other day gave me more chutzpah, if you will, okay, to want to go out and do things. So I've said enough. I'm getting off. I'm not coming back until tomorrow or the next day. So don't cry. I'll see y'all tomorrow. God bless. I'm going to my granddaughter's house tomorrow. She's making chicken Alfredo. I don't have to cook. I cooked last week, so it's her. I'm trying to get this thing all straightened out. Now I look like the Lone Ranger because I have to go get my hair done, and I just haven't had time yet. And besides which, when I do have time, we have a hairdresser in our town now that does dreads and everything, so that's, oh, come on. Seriously, that does dreads and everything, so I'm really tickled about that. So I'm going to say goodbye. I love you all. God bless you. Have a great day tomorrow. Do something nice for someone, and do something nice for yourself as well. It says to thine own self be true, and love your neighbor as you love yourself. So I hope you're loving yourself. I hope you're loving your neighbor, and I will see you soon. God bless you. Have a good Sunday. Okay? See all that hair? It's growing back, though. The front was kind of gone. You know what? I'm tired of this. Good night, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Oh.